No wins so far, with 2 games of the Premier League gone. We lost last time out to Arsenal by a goal to Old Trafford, and now we failed to uh, win against Fulham, which is ironic. Last time, an Arsenal player scored, a current Arsenal player, and now a former Arsenal player scores for us as well. I sit here week after week after week, wondering when the likes of Shaw, that fat bastard, is still at my football club. He's starting again, right? It's ridiculous that he's always starting and he's still at this football club. He's starting to haunt everybody who hates him, just like I do. He shouldn't be playing for Man United Football Club. He's a disgrace. He's caused nothing but trouble. People forget about the FA Cup a couple of years ago when we had Mourinho, where Shaw didn't play against Brighton and he threw his toys out the pram in his talk and criticised Man United on social media while the game was fucking playing. The guy is not worthy of being a Manchester United player. He's been here since fucking 2014 and it's getting beyond the joke. It is a joke. He is a joke. He's an ever-ending joke. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. And the top Reds who endorse him, it's pretty obvious that he's having an affair with the manager. You could fucking tell. Him and Amarin, are odds with each other. Why play him when he's not good enough? When we know, we've seen the evidence that he's not good enough for Man United Football Club. And we'll keep on seeing that time again. That team wasn't good enough. That was a poor team. It was equally as bad as the team against Arsenal last time out. We started well. We played one-touch passing. It was very smooth, slick, iconic. But we still didn't score. Then we got a penalty kick. I don't think that was a penalty kick. For me, it has to be a really, really bad challenge for it to be a penalty kick. So for me, the referee got it wrong, and you could see how mad Marco Silva, who I don't rate, I've never rated him, like I've never rated Graham Potter. Never rated him. I was the only person to criticise him, saying he's shit, despite him finishing 8th with Brighton, which is kind of ironic because the Brighton current manager finished the same position last season that Graham Potter did, with a different team and a different strategy. And then Bruno takes the penalty. He then puts it right across, right, puts it forward, out into orbit, to no man's land. All woman, sexist. And he puts it over the bar. And that shows that he's not as good as people think he is with the penalty kicks. So it's probably now to Timbuktu, the ball, after he hit it. It's a poor penalty. The goalkeeper sagged him out. Bernd Leno, former of Arsenal as well, by the way. Never ironic about the last 2 games. So it was a bad. And actually, it reminded me of the penalty that we got against Aston Villa late on when Cavani won a penalty kick, and Bruno did the same thing. And the BBC were Match of the Day was mocking him after the game, and hopefully they're going to mock him again. It was shameless. What the hell's he doing? What's he doing? And he should never take penalties anyway. Get somebody else to take a penalty kick. And then second half, Fulham changed the game. They changed the process. They got an equaliser. They played a poor team in the first half when they took about 3 players, because that helps when you get 5 substitutes. They brought a few on, and then the game completely changed, and it was a phenomenal comeback from Fulham. Just like they did against Brighton the other day as well. So, we still haven't won. Fulham still haven't won as well. But Sod the performance. You know these far top reds are going to come out and say, oh, we had a good performance. Sod it. It's not the fucking X Factor. We're Man United, and actually, we shouldn't have to win a game of football by getting a penalty kick. We should do what Man City do. I've said this before. And our players diving like a bunch of fairies. It's embarrassing. You're playing for Man United Football Club, right? Stop dancing around and slamming yourself on the floor. It's ridiculous. And that's why standards have slipped. We used to have standards years ago, but where have our standards gone? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. You know? And it's comical. It really is comical. You know, I'm not jumping out of my seat during the last two games. I was expecting a twist. I didn't get it. It's a bit boring for me. And I'm absolutely furious that, again, we struggled. And we will not finish top four. We'll finish 10th. That's what I think. And I don't think Amorim, he will last the season. He won't last the season. He'll be gone by Christmas. He's wrote his own death warrant. Not once, but twice. In the space of a week. Not good enough for Man United. Not anymore. That final against Spurs that we lost, he cost us. That team was a disgrace. And we should have sold Bruno. And that was a mistake. And that will come back to haunt the manager. Just like not getting rid of Porky Pig, that Luke Shaw, and Maguire. Why he's still at this football club, God only knows. Maybe he's having a mounting affair with one of the staff. Who knows? You just don't know. But it seems like to me it's a little bit jokey-pokey going on. You know? Midfield, poor, you know? Just everything about the performance or lack thereof. You know, and Fulham, you know, smelled blood. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew how to get back into the game by making the changes. You're only as good as the man. At times, you can get players off the bench and change the game and change the motion of it. And they showed personality, charisma, whilst we didn't, and we folded like a deck of cards. You know, this is not on. You know, we shouldn't be in this position. You know, we're not like Stoke. We're Man United. We need to play better and perform better. And we're still, I think, on minus goal difference or whatever. And that's another weak link for us. But I'm not expecting much from now until the end of the season. I think we're in trouble. We're in trouble. You know, I expected, you know, percussive performance. I didn't get it. I got nothing. So I'm not happy with this season. I'm not happy with what the manager and everything, the players we still got. We still can't get rid of Sancho. We still can't get rid of Anthony. You know, we loaned Rashford to bloody Barcelona. We should have sold him. You know, you got Haaland. You know, he's not on the bench. He should have been on the bench. Garnacho should not be leaving Man United. Garnacho is a great player. I think we should keep him. Why are we getting rid of him? Doesn't make any sense. But Fulham deserved to get what they had, and we need to step it up because we're invisible at the moment. And Fulham deserved everything that they got in that second half, whilst we just played willy-nilly. Absolute disgrace.